Okay, so hey Timur, I'm gonna review your technique now. Watch the videos a few times, and I got some things to tell you. First of all, I want to tell you you're doing good. Your training, your techniques look, your technique looks pretty good. Um, but I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you some pointers. Everything I say, it's from my experience. Maybe your coach tells you something different, then you gotta make a decision who you want to listen to. Some people have different ways of doing the same thing. That's okay. That's all right. As long as you're getting the guidance you need to reach your goals. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first thing, not many people do this. This is good. I want to tell you also good stuff, not just, negative stuff all the time. The good thing, the first thing I noticed was that you ended your combination and threw a couple jabs. This is something that many people lack. They want to finish with big, hard hooks, but sometimes you hit somebody and they want to get back in to hit you back, and you just throw a jab or two, and that can win the exchange for you. So that's good work. Let's go back again. Exactly. Finish with the jabs. That's good work. Now for the double kick. I think you didn't put enough hip into it, and maybe it was supposed to be like a tap, not too hard kicks. Again, that's good. But usually I would try to mix it up. So 2 kicks in a row, make it different tempo. One is a light kick to the leg just to provoke him. When he comes back with a big right hand to hurt you, then you throw the hard body kick. Just depending, of course, on its opening. This is a heavy bag, so you can imagine any scenario that you want and work from there. Okay, I think this combination, the body punches while you're moving, I wouldn't do that. When you throw body shots, you want them to land hard. Okay, I'm not talking about a jab to the body. I'm talking about sitting down and throwing 2, 3, 4 hard punches. You want both your legs on the ground. You don't want to be moving too much, because moving means you could be moving away, right? Moving means it's costing you time to move. So there's a big gap between every punch. You should be sitting down as fast as you can. Go, everything you got. Put all the punches in one combo. Yeah, like the head movement. Let's watch the end over here one more time. So I think one thing you're doing a lot that I noticed on the heavy background, I don't know if you had like a pause or more training between the heavy background and the shadow boxing, but I noticed your left hand is very frozen. It stays in the air, and if you throw a hook, a punch, a straight punch, it stays here. If you throw an uppercut, if you throw a jab, and you're done, it stays here. And it's kind of hanging low, and it's always going back to the same place. So if sometimes you would jab and bring it back here, move your head with your hands up, then throw a punch, maybe drop it on purpose to draw a strike so you can slip and counter. That's something different. But if you just, every time, it's called the lazy jab hand. Every time you throw that jab, it drops, it drops, it drops. Somebody's going to make you pay for it. So please, biggest thing until now is when you jab, bring it back home. What is home? It's got to be face height, right? It doesn't have to be glued to your face. It should be sometimes, depending on the range. If my opponent is very close to me, I want both my hands on my face, because he's punching me. He's very close. He's close enough to punch me. That means he's punching. If he's further away, right, it's a long range we're fighting. Oh, I can play with my hands a little bit further away. I can have some hand play, right? Kind of like Machida and Wonder Boy, who drop their hands, right? Connor who has a very long open guard. That's for longer range. But you can't do the same thing all the time or you're going to pay for it. So whatever it is you choose to do, that's good. But diversify. Have different guards for different ranges. Sometimes you drop the hand on purpose. Most of the time you don't. You bring it back home or you keep it face level. Keep it between your opponent and your face, right? Now let's go to the shadow boxing on the beach. First of all, I think you had some coffee or something. This is way more energetic, way more fluid. Probably you're having fun at the beach. That's great. Shadow boxing. In the gym, maybe it was after a hard workout. But I can see a lot more energy here, which I like. A lot more fluidity. Finishing the combo with the lead uppercut. Maybe uppercut, hook, uppercut, cross, hook, uppercut, cross. You usually don't want to finish on an uppercut. It's more of an open. When I throw a hook, right, I got this shoulder covering me. When I throw the uppercut, a lot of times this shoulder doesn't cover me as much. I love the check hook. I love it. Keep using it. Great. Don't drop the hand. Dropping the hand. Dropping the left hand. You're bouncing. Okay, it means if you're bouncing it, you're probably far away from your opponent, right? Your imaginary opponent. So you can bounce and drop your hand and let it kind of relax a little bit, let it rest a little bit. That's a good thing. Just do it out of range. If you're close enough to roll, right? Here you're rolling, and people are, like your opponent would be throwing hooks. That's why you're rolling underneath it. So keep your hands up because he's close enough to hit you if he's throwing those strikes. Nice. Okay, for the kick, now you put more hip into it. That's a good drill to finish the kick like I wanted you to do on the heavy bag and put your hip into it and really turn with the kick. That's a good way to see that you put your hip into it. But a lot of times I would try to do that half turn and make sure immediately I'm facing the same way. Let me see if you did that. You were facing one way, that's your imaginary opponent, right? And you're facing the other way, kind of bouncing back in. Imagine you missed the kick. You threw that kick. Your opponent leaned away. He's going to come back. So immediately turn quick and be ready to keep working facing the same way. I don't like it when people shadow box and they shadow box one way. All of a sudden they turn. Unless you're trying to prepare yourself for like multiple attackers, that's kind of not realistic. So head movement is good. I do like it. I like seeing the rolls, especially since you're doing kicking and knees, right? You got to be careful to not roll into one. But a lot of kickboxers, they miss this. You know, they just block and fire back, block and fire back. But sometimes you can move your head, do it at the right time, and it can save you from getting hurt. On the heavy bag, one last thing I really wanted to emphasize is I want you to be moving around the bag. So in the video, you're just standing in front of the bag. Again, you know, maybe this is just one day you didn't do that. Everything I'm saying, maybe on some other days you don't do it. I'm reviewing your technique based on what you send me. And again, it's not to just be negative about it. I see a lot of good things. I see a lot of good work. I see a passion, hard training, you know, put into your skills. So good job with that. Just really to tell you what you're doing wrong, in my opinion, and what you're doing right, you should keep doing. So look at all that movement you're doing on the beach. All the check hooks, moving, bouncing out of range, punching and rolling and moving and punching. And then on the heavy bag, very stationary. The only time you moved is when it was the body shots and you shouldn't move. So I would say move more from side to side. Imagine the heavy bag is an opponent. You're touching him, then you move. Touching him, then you move. Get out of range, bounce, drop your hand, no problem. I'm not mad about it because you're out of range. Bounce, feint. When you get in with that jab, right? When you exit with that jab like you did. Play with the range. Just because it's a heavy bag and it's not moving, doesn't mean you gotta act like it's not moving. You can take a step back, right? And then step in only when you want to attack. You can imagine somebody's coming to you, so you're just standing there waiting for them to come. You're dropping your hand. You can draw them to punch you. Tell them, hey, come punch me, right? When they do, you counter. So you can act like that's happening on the bag. You can move your head and punch at the same time, right? So I would just blend everything together. Everything you did on the beach, do it on the bag. The check hooks, the movement, the bouncing, all of that stuff. As far as fighters to watch, I'm going to send you a couple of videos of people working on the bag and just give you some ideas. I'm not going to send you a specific fighter because I think, right now at the way at your level right now, I don't think that's right. I think what you need is some inspiration on good bag work. So I will send you some good bag work. And again, not to discourage you, that's good bag work, what you did. But I'll send you someone, high level that you can aspire to be like and learn from. Don't try to copy them, but learn from them. As far as exercises, I really think, I don't know if maybe your shoulder gets tired. We're training, we all get tired. Maybe it's a bad habit, but I would do two things. First of all, is conditioning your shoulders so it doesn't get tired or gets less tired when you're training, when you're punching. So you'd grab a small weight, right? And punch it up like 100 times. Other hand 100 times, then 1, 2, 3, 4, another 100 times. When you're done training, it's going to kill your shoulders, but you're going to be a killer with it, right? And you're going to be able to punch for longer and keep that hand up in between strikes. Second exercise is kind of funny, but I want you to be for a few minutes while you're home, every day, every week, 5-10 minutes, even 1 minute. But be crazy about it. Be really strict about it. You got one hand on your face the whole time. Because like I said, sometimes you're too much here, hand is frozen in the air. So if you got one hand touching your face and then you're grabbing something from the fridge, you put it down, you put this one, you pour the milk or whatever it is you want to do. You put it down, you open the door, you open the fridge, you put something in the microwave, right? So, because this is what fighting should be like. One hand should always be on your face. One hand is defending from far away. One hand is here, right? Whatever you need, it's here, it's covering. But it's not leaving your face, so you shouldn't be here unless the opponent is very far away. If somebody's close to you, you got one hand working, right? One hand's working, one hand is on your face, protecting you. You want to throw the overhand, no problem. You throw this one comes home. Always one hand on your face. And I don't see that enough. Let's look at your shadow boxing one last time. With two hands in the air. Even when you're doing one move and the other one, it's kind of here, it's hovering. If you're going to get hit, it's just going to hit your face. Right? So it's not protecting you. You move it to your face. And that's it, my man. I'm proud of you. It looks like you're training hard. Don't be discouraged by what I'm saying. It's all to improve. We all need to improve all the time. And that's why we're doing this. If you have any follow-up questions, you can shoot me a DM. And if anybody wants to have their technique reviewed, like Timur, you can contact us at tryimpact.io and schedule a lesson, a technique review with me or any of the other great coaches on the platform. And that's it, guys. Thank you, Timur. Good work. Keep training hard. And see you soon.